We're deep in the shadows of a parking garage. The ramp leads up to the sky and to the light. Hi, James Gurney here. I want to take you into the making of this painting and along the way teach a little bit about perspective and color theory. I've set up my chair and my sketch easel way over to the side of the entrance. And I'm going to start by drawing the basic lines of the scene as I see it. Beyond that rectangular opening, the ramp goes upward and part of it is washed in light. Let me just switch to the final painting and I'll put a tracing over it so that I can show you the lines that I see, like the shape of this light, and then the lines and the points that I don't really see but I have to figure out for the perspective. Here are the two columns and the basic rectangular frame of that opening. This is the top of the ramp. That's clear enough. And here's the top of that wall. And that goes back to a vanishing point that's hidden a little below the top of the ramp. So any horizontal line will go to that vanishing point. Now the ramp vanishes to a point directly above that vanishing point. So I'll put a dotted line to show how it's directly above. And that would be true of both sides of the ramp. They'll both vanish to that imaginary vanishing point that's above the other vanishing point. So if the ramp went on forever, it would go all the way up there. This trick of having one vanishing point and over another one for a road that changes in slope is really useful when you're doing a road going up and over a hill. Now if that tunnel didn't have a ramp and went straight back to infinity, it would go back to that vanishing point. So this is what it would look like if it was an infinite hallway. So that's the invisible vanishing point I need to place. And of course, the eye level or vanishing point of a horizontal line is on the horizon or eye level. So I mark that as an EL. I may not draw all these lines as I'm working, but I have them in mind anyway. I had mistakenly placed it lower at first. I don't always use a ruler, but I want to try to draw my lines fairly straight and make sure they all go back to that point behind the ramp. Now let's talk about the colors. I have white, Prussian blue, yellow ochre, and light red. I call these three colors my iron triad. And the reason I call them the iron triad is that they all have some ferrous or iron ingredients in them. And for that reason, I think they all harmonize beautifully. So let's look at these colors. There's Prussian blue, a yellow ochre from a different manufacturer, and light red. And you can replace that light red with Venetian red or some other reds, but they're all iron based. It's not a real strong like cadmium yellow, it's more of a softer yellow. And by tinting out a little bit of white with a little bit of Prussian blue, I can get that pale sky color. And then mixing a deeper color of blue with some red and yellow, mix a deeper shadow color for the shadow on that lower part of the ramp. And the part that's catching the bright light of the afternoon sun, like that wall there, is a little taller than I had first drawn it. By the way, I'm sitting sort of behind this fence off to the side of the passageway. And way out of the way. The cars don't come within 5 feet of me, but sure enough, a security guard pulls up
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, come on around. You want to take a look?
Oh, no. I'm going to keep my distance away from you.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Distancing that's going on right now.
Sure.
Hey, so we got a couple reports of individuals almost hitting you when they're leaving the thing. I know you're partially out of the way of the barricade.
So the security guy asked me to move. He said he got a couple complaints that I was blocking the driveway, but I'm really way over to the side, even behind this grate. So I told him I'll move back a little, no problem. But it's kind of, must be a slow day on the security detail around here. So I moved it back here and over a little bit. We're halfway through a 2-hour session, so let me take a brief interlude and we'll be back with more about color and shadows. Hey, did you know that for the price of 1 day of art school, you could purchase all of my tutorial downloads? I've got videos about painting portraits, flowers, dinosaurs, watercolor, gouache, casein, a lot of different topics that'll improve your game as a painter. In particular, you might enjoy this one on triads, how to paint with 3 colors. Like the video you're watching, you can do all kinds of paintings with just 3 colors to start with. I've got studio exercises, demos in the field, and a little bit of theory. So check out my full-length tutorial videos available as DVDs or as downloads or streaming. Just check out the download links in the description below this YouTube video. So a color theory tip relates to lighting and color, and that is the color of the shadow is going to be whatever light is filling that shadow. There's 3 sources of light. There's direct sunlight, which is fairly neutral or slightly warm. There's the blue skylight, which is quite strongly blue. And then there's reflected light, which in this case is fairly warm because the surfaces it's shining on are also sort of orangey. So on the far left, the vertical of the wall is one of the warmest places, catching the bounce light from the illuminated wall. But the cat's shadow edge, as it approaches the area of light, is fairly cool because it's getting mainly blue skylight shining into it. So I find it helps to think of myself as a little bug or ant walking along any given surface and to look up and see what are the main sources of light shining on the spot I'm standing on. And here's the final. Okay, thanks for watching. You might want to check out my website or subscribe to my channel. And then here's a playlist with more good stuff and a video that continues the story. So check them out and share with your friends.